What, Vaush talked to a NATO guy? Like an Iraq war veteran NATO guy? Are you kidding? I don't believe that. Talking to a former NATO special operations officer? Just like literally straight up advocating for like Western military hegemony over the fucking world here. Guys, it's time to get an Iraq veteran on my show. I'm on the same side as the fucking baby killers. Does he even mention the fact this guy is literally a fucking SS officer? Hold on, does he push back against this? The guy outright says this about himself here.
In my career.
Please tell me that Vaush at least is like, oh, so you're a fucking baby killer then. Because he should be.
I was originally an infantry officer, and I served in the 82nd Airborne Division, and I was part of the initial...
you didn't serve, you murdered.
Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2000.
Operation Iraqi Freedom, he calls it. Holy shit, he's not pushing back against this?
Also part of the first elections in 2005.
Part of the first elections? The US puppet government that was installed in order to fucking like push through the most brutal neoliberal reforms, honestly, in history. Read about them in David Harvey's Brief History of Neoliberalism. Unbelievable shit. I was actually thinking recently about making a video about not just how the US militarily destroyed Iraq, but how they economically and politically destroyed Iraq too. But like, he's just going to let this guy rattle off this list of supposed accomplishments that are actually just very fucking clearly a list of this guy being complicit in some of the worst crimes so far of the 21st century. There was a time where like Vaush wasn't this right wing.
Communism,
or at least he like outwardly wasn't. This is so weird.
After that, I joined the Special Forces.
He joined the Special Forces to do more fucking Imperial. He wanted more. Are you going to say anything about this, Vaush? You're just going to let him rattle off these things as if they're positive credentials that make him like someone who you should be engaging with on a fucking supposedly leftist channel.
Forces. I was assigned with 3rd Special Forces Group in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I did a couple months in Dushanbe, Tajikistan, with training some Tajiks. And then I also then finished my career, which is one reason why this conversation is such of interest to me. From 2017 until 2021, I was stationed in Mons, Belgium.
This guy is just like a fucking career imperialist soldier. Like a willing one too, an extremely enthusiastic one. He went to Iraq. He murdered the fucking Iraqis. He destroyed that country. And then he was like, I want more of that. I gave them freedom. And this guy's just going to sit here and let him rattle this off.
The NATO Special Operations Headquarters. And my job was the J7 Director of Exercises, Evaluations, and Assessments. So basically my job there was to work with the NATO nations who were providing forces on behalf of the NATO Response Force to understand and be tested against the standards and the inoperability checklists that were provided by NATO in order to operate.
Where's like Vaush's response?
Just to go to Kyiv and work.
God, he's just like 5 straight minutes of him listing his credentials.
Special Operations Command. So there's a not so brief introduction, but I hope that's enough.
Well, you have done many things, so it makes sense. Yeah, you've I have not done anything in my life as much as you've done any of the things that you just talked about. I have so many questions. First of all, and I know...
Like, you've done many things? Dude, every single thing that he just listed is fucking abominable. That's your response? Like, he's responding to it like it's something positive. Oh, wow, you've done so many things, man. In comparison to you, I am no one. You are a fucking god. Let me just get down on my fucking knees. You went to Iraq and shot at Iraqis. You illegally invaded Iraq. You helped to set up a puppet government that destroyed that country after you already destroyed it materially beforehand with your fucking illegal military invasion. And the guy's fucking like smiling like, oh, thank you so much. What am I watching? You're talking to this guy like he's fucking Albert Einstein, like he fucking got fucking man to the moon or something.
I already said this, but to reiterate, thank you very much for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
No pushback at all. What happened to, like, 2 years ago, Vaush was at the very least like denouncing the Bolivia coup and shit like that. Honestly, like, this is like, he's just, I don't know if he was always like this secretly and was just like kind of hiding it, or if he just came to be this as like a sort of contrarianist impulse, or just like being a generic American imperialist.
So I have a left-leaning political channel, pretty left-leaning. And obviously, for reasons I'm sure you're familiar with, the far left tends to be pretty critical of NATO as an institution, along with the countries that make up NATO and the militaries that are employed by those countries. As I've looked into this, I mean, this conflict kind of brought the world's eyes on NATO in addition to Ukraine and Russia. And as I look into it, I suppose I'm interested a bit in the internal culture of NATO, I guess, to begin with, especially with regards to this recent
the internal
conflict.
culture.
When
You're just straight up like treating the imperialist, like the formal imperialist military alliance as if it's like some sort of like institution where we should give a single fucking shit about its internal culture. Like this incredibly experienced and willing imperialist foot soldier, mass murderer, like a willing mass murderer. He saw it. He saw the destruction of Iraq and he wanted more of that, baby. He signed up for more. He's just like treating him like a normal guy. Like you're not talking to a fucking heinous criminal. What is going on, man? You're going to invite a fucking Israeli, like IDF veteran, like an unrepentant, enthusiastic, proud IDF veteran onto your fucking stream next, man? Honestly, just get the fucking SS officer on here. Why not? Does he mention the Iraq thing ever again? No, like he never calls this guy out on any of this. It's just like, thank you, man. You're so fucking awesome. You've done so many good things in your life. Dude, if you've done nothing in your life, you've sat at home all day leeching off your parents, you've never had a job, you've never contributed to anything, you just jack off and watch anime, you have done better than this guy. Through doing nothing, through contributing nothing, through actively being a drain on everyone around you, you have done better for the world than this guy has. He has actively damaged the world. He is a negative force. It's not that, wow, I've never done anything like that, man. That's awesome. No. He is a fucking piece of shit. Like it's like saying that fucking Adolf fucking Hitler has done, dude, you've done so many fucking things, dude. Wow, I haven't done a fraction of that. What am I watching? Honestly, like Vaush was bad a couple of years ago, but I don't remember him being this bad. What's happening here? How is this considered acceptable? How is a chat like this, a straight up like direct war criminal, acceptable? How can anyone think this is a good idea? That his analysis is even remotely something that you should bother to listen to in the first place? But like, that this is incredibly irresponsible. It's so fucking weird that these people like on one day like they denounce other YouTubers who they don't like for like the most banal interpersonal like dispute sort of shit, and it's like, oh man, I would never invite that guy on my channel. He's such a harm to the left. And the next fucking day, it's like, okay, Iraq veteran who says that he's a veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom, who says that he helped to install democracy in Iraq. And then after that, he was like, that was fucking awesome. We destroyed that country. We installed a puppet government. We neoliberalized the fuck out of it. I want to do more of that. 20 more fucking years in the fucking imperialist military. Here I come. This just completely fucking demolishes any notion that these people aren't just like random fucking campists who just are driven by interpersonal parasocial streamer conflicts, because like this is fucking unconscionable. Like this platforming this fucking ghoul, this straight up war criminal, as every single willing soldier and willing and especially unrepentant soldier in the fucking Iraq war clearly was, and not seeing it as something completely unproblematic. Like you could platform fucking Infrared Haz or Caleb Morpin 500 times and it wouldn't even be a smidgen of the irresponsibility, of the heinousness of bringing this fucking guy onto your stream. Fucking hell, man. I'm just gobsmacked that I'm just fucking absolutely fucking gobsmacked. Like it's being like so, having your brain turned to mush so much by the Russian invasion that you just turn yourself into like someone who just straight up like starts talking to the complete fucking American equivalent of that. Like it's like, what is this? Like this is honestly, it's like the equivalent of fucking talking to like a fucking a Kadarovite soldier about like the fucking Ukrainian invasion. Like, hey man, you have a lot of experience. Wow, I could never hope to have the experience you had when you invaded Ukraine and did a couple of war crimes. The only way that they'll understand it is in those terms, but they probably still won't understand it. This is fucked up. This is super fucked up. Platforming a fucking war criminal. Oh yeah, I was an officer in Operation Iraqi Freedom, and then I helped to install election democracy and electoral freedom in Iraq. No war crimes there. Oh wow, dude, that's so fucking awesome. Wow, dude, that's so awesome. I honestly just can't believe how much you've done with your life. I couldn't hope to have done a fraction of what you've done. That's so cool, dude. I am fucking starstruck right now. You have accomplished so much. And the guy just sitting there with a smile on his face like, yeah, man, I'm fucking awesome. Those kids, those little Iraqi babies, oh man, I ate them. Dear fucking God, what has happened here? This goes beyond just like any sort of like streamer conflict disliking another streamer and just into like complete fucking imperialist brainworm territory. I cannot imagine like platforming someone like this. A straight up war criminal. A willing and enthusiastic war criminal who went back for more afterwards. Not even like, you can't even make like the naive kid argument for this guy. Because afterwards he didn't like be like, oh man, that was awful. I never want to do anything like that again. He signed up for more. Unbelievable. And he still frames it in imperialist terms as like Operation Iraqi freedom, giving them democracy and free elections. Like, I can't. Holy shit, I wish I didn't know about that. Why'd you have to tell me about that? Is his audience saying anything about this? That is the question. I will have a smidgen of faith that there is anything resembling leftism left if there ever was in this guy's audience. Some guy saying NATO is awesome. Well, this is why I watch Vaush, not the drama, not the BS arguments, for this type of shit. No other leftist would ever speak to this person, but I'm sure the information gained here is completely worthwhile. Yeah, I would never talk to a fucking war criminal who went to Iraq, destroyed the fucking country willingly, then joined up to do more of it. Like, yeah, I wouldn't. Maybe I'd talk to like an Iraqi war participant who was like repentant about it. Not this fucking guy. Jesus Christ. What's next? You're going to talk to a fucking SS officer? Like, Jesus Christ, man. This is a really good convo. What a cool dude. This guy's like, it's wrong to dislike the US state and military because they're made up of humans, some of whom are like this guy rather than 1,000 little Eichmanns. This guy is a little Eichmann. Not even a little Eichmann, he's a big one. He went and fucking shot people himself. He went and invaded Iraq himself, willingly. He signed up for it, and afterwards he wanted more, he signed up for more. And he still frames it in terms of like what he did was a good thing. Like, if there's anyone who's a little Eichmann, it's this guy. Oh, he's a human. He's so nice on camera. Yeah, I'm sure like you could have a great conversation with a former SS officer if you wanted to as well. I'm sure they were great people, everyday people in their personal lives, like having a nice little everyday conversation with them. They were still a fucking SS officer who fucking participated in fucking mass murder, genocide, and war crimes, just like this guy did. He's just a human. Some of you are like this guy rather than 1,000 little Eichmanns. Yeah, he's a human, and he's a little Eichmann too. Like, he's actively fucking like normalizing war criminals here. And every comment here is just a testament to that. Literally no one here is talking about how fucked up this is. Everyone is talking about how awesome it is actually. This is absolutely unbelievable. I cannot fucking believe this. Like, this guy, his beliefs, especially his actions, should represent everything that any leftist, anyone even remotely on the left, even just like a fucking left liberal, should be against. So bring him on your stream and just treat him like a normal everyday guy with great insight to offer that apparently aligns completely with your own beliefs is absolutely fucked up. Absolutely fucking fucked up. Vaush fans like say that like I should be like cancelled or whatever and ignored forever because like I'm mean about Vaush and I'm mean to people. This guy went to Iraq, destroyed the country firsthand. A foot soldier for imperialism, destroying the country. He still talks about it like he did an awesome thing there. He still talks about it with like, mentioning it is not something that he should be shamed about. It's something that he's proud of. And he went back for more afterwards. If I should be fucking like cancelled, this guy should be fucking like low tier god memed, okay? Like, holy shit. This guy needs to be before a war crimes tribunal, but they bring him on this fucking stream. Unfucking believable. I can't deal with it.